Okay, this is another example of the generic analysis for the news sites. I want to show you how this could be developed. Again, this is barely meeting the length requirements. And I think up here, more of the surface features could be mentioned, and some of the website's names could be added to provide specificity and concreteness. In navigating all of the websites that were chosen for this class, now I would always recommend you to stay away from language in your writing that allows the reader to recognize it as a classroom assignment. We all know what is a classroom assignment, but you need to think of your audience as someone in the semi-professional realm who's reading your work because he or she is interested in what you've written and wants to read it and assess it and evaluate it outside of the classroom environment. So don't tip your hand here and reveal the fact that in fact this is just another assignment that you're doing. So I don't think that sort of flippancy was in any way part of what the student was thinking. But I wanted to encourage you to move out of your writing any language that again presents your work as just as a classroom assignment. Okay. I noticed that there were large amounts of surface and average features. Okay, I noticed that all of the colors, so the colors were mentioned. Um, every site had politics as a large heading. The websites that made it easy navigation, and that they all had ads, and they all had visual picture aids. So those are very general surface features. Maybe some more specific ones would help that out. But let's keep on going down here. In navigating the websites, the second time I noticed that only a certain amount of the websites, I would like to know how many and who, because this could be true of just two. So how much is a certain amount, right? So it needs to be at least four or more. But anyway, had provocative or sexual pictures. Now, some examples of this, not of the actual pictures, but of describe just how provocative, how sexual are we talking about? I asked myself why they did it, and maybe it was because they wanted to get a dynamic of the male group. Now, see, now hold on a second. This needs to go down here, right? Because this is the explanation. Here you are simply asserting the existence of a depth characteristic, and you're explaining what it is. Down here, you explain how it works. Okay, right? So they know that sex sells. So, a lot of this needed to go down here, and in fact, if you read it, it does. It's repeated down here in different words. So there was some repetition going on here. And I think up here, this space could have been better used by providing, the names of the websites that do this, how many provocative pictures on an average are on their home site, 1, 2, 3, what's being shown, what kind of. So that's what needed to be here. But nevertheless, see, the student followed the assignment. The surface of the writing is very good. I don't see any misspellings. I don't see any sloppiness there. I can clearly see the three sections. The length was just there. I think it could have obviously been developed here and here. And the student did see something that's actually an in-depth characteristic. Again, one of the major problems I saw with in this assignment is students confusing just another average common surface level characteristic as an in-depth. So please don't try to tell me that a link to the weather is an in-depth. It's not. Neither are the stocks on the front page because they're not usually stocks. They're indexes like the Nasdaq or the S&P 500, and that's just that's part of the news of the day. So the student really did hit on something that is in depth. It just it needs to be much more developed in a couple levels. So, but the good qualities of this writing would make me comfortable giving it like a 3.4 or a 3.5, a 3.6 even.